why you're looking at light all up and down as of right now, and only really heavy snow right around the Great Lakes. So here's Philly's forecast. You'll notice their temperatures are right near freezing or just above. It's Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then for New York City, maybe come Saturday. And of course, we'll be watching it here. As we take you out towards the Midwest, they don't have to wait. This is in St. Paul, where the farmers market is blanketed with a whole bunch of snow. More after the break. And welcome inside Fox with the Live. I'm Steve Benner. A series of fast-moving storms. They're called clippers. They're blasting the Midwest. It's a mixture of rain, snow, and that volatile wind. You can hear it behind me right now, but it creates some fascinating visuals as you look at these icy waves that have formed along the piers in the Great Lakes. It's that wave energy that will create not only that, ice shards, ice pancakes. We've shown it to you all here on Fox Weather, but what does it do for your travel? I'm not talking about big vacations. I'm just talking about your commute. Let's get into the big board winter alert. 22 million people under those winter alerts, but this is truly the concern ahead. This is out in North Dakota just yesterday, where you had multiple vehicles that slid off of the road and they flipped. And this is body cam footage of the sheriff deputy getting on site and checking those vehicles. And so just how scary all of this can be. And it's not just because it's a big winter storm. You don't have to have a major snow event for this to happen. Look at this. Right now, it actually gives you that false sense of security that the roads have been plowed. And really, you have these ice pockets, and if you're going too fast, you don't have enough time, and you can see how terrifying this is. And we're going to talk more about the active stretch ahead, because this is just one visual of many that we have already seen. Notice this. The wind event is slowly progressing to the east. Right now, it's all throughout the Dakotas. You got Bismarck, Pierre, Rapid City, all seeing mid to upper 40s with that wind. As you start looking at where the snow is, it's north of there. But we're going to talk about a weather type of phenomenon. You might know, probably if you've been watching us, you definitely know, a ground blizzard. And you don't need additional snow in order for that to actually happen. What you need is for these areas that already have a snowpack and it's loose right now, you need the wind to kick that up, and then it creates dangerous driving conditions. We have our eyes on our Midwest meteorologists. We have Fox 9 Minneapolis, Fox 6 Milwaukee as well. Both chief meteorologists are there tonight. Here at Fox Weather, we flex that we have a massive team. No other network is going to be able to keep you informed like we do here. So you'll see Ian Leonard behind me. He's bringing up that forecast. Something he was diving into was, hey, is the rain going to inch north enough to what we are seeing? You can see the pink that's starting to move in. It looks like it will stay further south. And there's Tom showing you the temperatures are already below freezing. Tom's going to join us here at the bottom of the hour. He's going to unpack this clipper. He's also going to talk about the cold air support. And he's going to talk about what this December has already been like. Two great chief meteorologists that are locked in right now. We're watching their feed because they have teams that are out verifying the forecast. It's the ground truth. And in all of this, you see beautiful phenomena. I showed you icy waves. Have you ever seen this? I had the privilege of seeing this in northern Nevada one time, and it felt like it wasn't real. These are light pillars that are happening. It's when you have this cold air, and this mist that you're seeing, that gray, is actually suspended ice crystals. And so what you're looking at, it almost seems like somebody's getting beamed up. Right? Not just one, but multiple people. It's that light reflecting off the ice crystals. This is all a winter event. Just incredible. We're going to get you updated on everything that's happened throughout the day, what you can expect for the remainder of tonight and in the days ahead. I want to start talking about beyond just what we're seeing in the Midwest. We're going to get back to that, but I want to take you out towards the Pac Northwest because they're getting an atmospheric river, and this is a major rain event, and you're seeing this play out south of Seattle. But that's a big component. With an atmospheric river, it's a fire hose effect. It doesn't have to be widespread. It's whoever's underneath that fire hose, and as of right now, it's the central and southern Cascades. But for the last several days, it has been the Olympic Range and the northern Cascades, where they're looking at rain totals that are encroaching on another foot of rain. They could get an additional about foot of rain. That's what's leading to the flash flood threat. rain or snow levels out west right now is 8,000 to 9,000 feet. The Cascades only get to about 4,000 to 5,000 feet, unless you're talking about Mount Rainier, right? And so, or even down towards Mount Shasta. But the large majority is dealing with what you're seeing there in Mount Hood, Oregon, where if I played that for you, and I didn't give you a timestamp, and I didn't tell you what season we were in, you would think we were exiting out of winter and going into spring because of the warm conditions. I'm watching our affiliates right now, along with the team behind the scenes. We're going to go out to Fox 9 Minneapolis, get you on the ground to talk about what they are seeing as we go in the zone.
You can tell that conditions continue to deteriorate, as you would expect in a lengthy snowstorm like this. This is Interstate 35. North of where E and W come together, and traffic has calmed down here, which is a lot of people staying off the roads, but also less of the road visible than just an hour ago. So you can tell that continued deterioration of road conditions, traffic speeds moving along okay, but you can tell certainly people are playing it safe out there as this continues to blow in and pile in. We got some video from this afternoon to show you kind of how fast it came in. First up here is a bit of a time lapse, about 90 minutes or so after the snow started coming in, which was early afternoon. This was probably mid-afternoon, and it was just coming in very light, but at a very steady pace. You can see that it just sort of continues to pile up, which is probably what you've experienced on your car, on your sidewalks, driveways, etc. today as this continues. Go to some other video that we took around, just again to show you that these are small snowflakes as we tend to get this time of year. Light snow, but a lot of it heavy in terms of the density of how many the flakes are in the air, and then a lot of wind driving this too. Not super gusty winds, but a steady wind coming through this all day, blowing the snow around. And if you come out back live here too, you get kind of a glimpse here of what we've been seeing. Just steady winds coming through this. That is coming from the east, pushing those flags towards the west. That is what we've been seeing all afternoon here, and that certainly contributes to what we see on the roads too. Visibility definitely, as this has just thickened up here towards rush hour, and right in time with sunset too. Visibility has certainly gone down out there. A lot of blowing snow to deal with as you try to safely get to where you're going here tonight, and certainly going to continue to be a problem here for hours to come as this continues to pile up at a pretty steady pace. So stay safe out there. We're going to go now to my colleague Corn.
And so that, of course, is our team that's out there. Rob Olson in Fox 9. They're going to go out to Corn Hagar. He is going to be talking about the snow that he's seeing. This is all in the land of 10,000 lakes, but we are also watching what is unfolding in areas like Wisconsin. Tonight, we do have Tom Walks that's going to be joining us, and he's going to have more on that as well. It looks like he's eating snow. We want to listen into this? Yeah, real quick.
Now, by itself, the state of Minnesota usually puts out about 455,000 tons of salt, which is 250 billion.
It looks like he's eating snow.
Finding balance is tricky on an icy Minnesota sidewalk, and I don't just mean trying to stay upright.
We have to keep our pavements safe, but we also want to protect our water resources.
Salt has traditionally been the weapon of choice against slippery ice. But once all the snow melts, salt is still around, and it finds its way into lakes, rivers, streams, and groundwater, where it can pose a serious threat to freshwater wildlife.
It's killing local fish, it's damaging local plants, it's having impacts on birds.
There's no way to remove salt's chloride, and some waterways have accumulated such high levels, they've been added.
And so you're seeing how the local kind of crews are dealing with this and those isolated impacts through, Minneapolis, Fox 9. We do have Joe behind me who's telling me, hey, he's not trying to eat snow. It was actually some salt, talking about how they're treating the sidewalks and the roads. So all eyes are on what's playing out with Fox 9 and Fox 6. We will continue to bring you that coverage as they go out and verify our forecast. As we talk more about that, we have called it the Parade of Clippers, and truly, it's just showing you this active cycle that's in the northern tier. And so, what we're looking at here is the potential of these storms hitting the same areas time and time again. And so, what we're trying to get is, the potential of how much snow are these areas going to get, and what can we see in the days ahead? So, Kiana, as we take a look at this, we can look at potentially these type of impacts playing out for the next several days.
And yeah, I mean, we're looking at, a bona fide winter storm playing out, and the cold air is going to also be in place each and every time these Clipper systems come moving through. So watching that kind of play out is going to be interesting, because for some folks, they may feel like, okay, we finally got through that one storm, and there's going to be another one on the hill today.
Yeah, not really much time to catch your breath. So this is the storm that we're in right now. You can tell there's that snow that's coming through into those areas like Minneapolis. The snow totals, and this is oftentimes with Clippers, aren't that impressive. It's not like a blockbuster event because of how fast they're moving.
Right. I mean, this one here has been over Minneapolis the last couple of hours, but you'll notice there's not much in the way behind it. So as this kind of clears out, that's it. The other thing that I think we have to really watch for, this is pretty new. I think this is a new graphic that you must have thrown in.
Yeah.
Ground blizzards.
Yeah.
If possible.
Because when we were watching that radar setup, it looked like a kidney bean, right? It looked like the bottom side of it was completely dried out.
Yep.
But that's where you get the major wind event. And there's already snow on the ground. So you don't need to add additional snow. And that's the big concern late tonight into tomorrow morning is the ground blizzard aspect for spots like Iowa.
I think a lot of folks forget that you don't need new snow or a lot of snow to experience a blizzard. It's all about the winds. It's all about the low visibility. You check all three of those boxes through at least tonight, and that's going to be the case. So watch for those major highways, 35, 94, 29. That's where we can really see those conditions.
Yeah, I encourage you. We're going to have Ari. He's going to be on late tonight talking about that. But Fox Weather first. You're going to see this play out because truly by tomorrow morning, it's the I-29 corridor. Then you kick it out towards these areas, even out towards Chicago, where there's that potential where you have a high populace. Everybody's just trying to get to where they need to be on a Wednesday, right? It's the middle of the week, and then you find yourself in a big traffic jam because of the potential. But as we had mentioned, it doesn't end here. The cycle just continues on.
It really does. And with the cold air in place, you see more of a bigger opportunity for snow each and every time. By Friday, we have really cold temperatures across the northern plains. A lot of that snow that has already been in place will be met with more snow, if you will, heading into the early half of the weekend.
A lot of this originates in the Pac Northwest.
Sure does.
That's where we need to go now.
Yeah, so we're taking you there to the northwest. This is a look at what I believe is the atmospheric river that's slamming the northwest and that heavy rain that's going to be moving in. This is NOAA's Hurricane Hunters. They had a special mission that went out on the west coast, and the airmen deployed specialized ocean drifting buoys, and that happened off the coast of Alaska, and they gathered some real-time ocean and atmospheric data from the atmospheric river before it even met the Pacific Northwest. Now these buoys, they do capture key information. We're talking surface winds, air pressure, wave heights, and even the currents that come moving in too. So this has been a huge atmospheric river and a huge deal for those across the Pacific Northwest. We're looking at an extreme atmospheric river that